And go Yankees, the latest on the series. Good day tomorrow at 7 on Fox 5.
The 10 o'clock news starts now.
Joe turns gambler and goes with Kenny Rogers. Kenny gets a pounding. Good evening. Thanks for sticking around. What a wait we had, huh? Started the night off biting our nails over Kenny Rogers.
But at the finish, it was the Braves falling apart. It was a case of never say die. Tom McDonald is here right now. Never underestimate the Yankees.
Well, I'll tell you, what a comeback. Everybody was counting them out when they were down 2-0, and then they were trailing 6-0 in tonight's game. The greatest comeback in the World Series in the past 40 years. And here's how it went. Jimmy Leyritz with the Yanks trailing by a count of 6-3. Two guys on. Leyritz as a pinch hitter, going, gone. 6-6, and it tied the score. So the Yankees went to extra innings. Wade Boggs came up, and he was walked by Steve Avery. The winning run came home 7-6, and the Yankees win it 8-6 to tie the series at 2 games apiece. And it assures the fact that the World Series will come back to New York. Kurt Menefee's down in Atlanta trying to get out on the field right now, John, and he's going to have reports throughout.
All right.
I was going to say 10 o'clock news tonight, but I can't say that.
Whatever it is, who cares? I'll tell you what, at night, Bob O'Brien is with some fans at Fordham University at Lincoln Center. Bob.
Well, you know, John, the size of the crowd here at the Fordham Student Lounge was no match for the size of the crowd down in that stadium in Atlanta. But when it comes to enthusiasm, it was a match. And, of course, the reaction to the way the game went here was understandably quite different. This is not the Fordham that shares the Bronx with Yankee Stadium, but Fordham's Lincoln Center campus on Manhattan's west side. A 20-story high-rise dorm, but in the first-floor student lounge, a projection TV connected these student Yankee fans with the action down in Atlanta. As Atlanta pulled ahead by 2-0 in the second inning, there were some hoots and hollers, but these Fordham men and women grouped together, seemingly more interested in the free food provided for the World Series party. Hungrier for a hot dog than a Yankee victory?
Sure. Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, he's Italian! Get out of here! Get out of here! Ever see a college kid build a hot dog up close? It's enough to make you want to watch the Yankees, even when they're behind.
Well, you know, I have to eat when I'm really depressed.
My dad was a vendor 15 years.
Vendor?
A vendor at the stadium, a beer.
So here you are with a hot dog in your hand.
That's right. And we know, us Yankee fans know, that this is not over. Yogi Berra, it ain't over till it's over. We're bringing this back to the Bronx, guaranteed.
And what about the students pressed into duty distributing hot dogs?
Definitely. I'm really upset. I'm trying to drown my sorrows in hot dogs here, but, you know, it's like hard to ignore the, you know, the score.
If we eat enough hot dogs, we can all go into cardiac arrest after the game, so we won't have to live through the rest of the series.
But then the Yankees came alive, scoring 3 runs in a row, bringing the Fordham fans some hope.
I think we're going to win it all. We will. I have tickets to Game 7, so we have to win it all. Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like the way the Yankees are playing, that young lady and 57,000 others with tickets to game number 7 are going to take those tickets to the stadium for a World Series game instead of a refund at Fordham University. Bob O'Brien, back to you.
Thanks, Bob. Bob's at the Manhattan campus of Fordham. Their other campus is Rose Hill in the Bronx. Rosanna?
Okay, John, Kurt is on the field in Atlanta. Kurt, do you still have a voice left from all that screaming?
Well, I'll tell you, Rosanna, it's kind of quiet here. Bob is where all the noisy people are. I'm where all the quiet people are because I think a lot of the Atlanta fans are stunned. They were up 6-0, thinking this game was all wrapped up, and they were 1 win away from their 2nd straight World Series title. But apparently the Yankees had other plans. And of course, you have seen the highlights by now. You have seen the game by now, so you know how it happened. Yankees win at 8-6, tie this series at 2 games apiece. Tomorrow night, John Smoltz against Andy Pettit, the same matchup of Game 1 winners will be at it. And we hopefully will have a couple of live guests as the show continues, so don't you go anywhere. We guarantee you we'll have post-game reaction from the clubhouses, both of them, coming up later in sports. Rosanna, John?
We'll be here, Kurt.
All right.
Plenty of kids at the series in Atlanta, one as young as 3 months. The boys and girls say they hope to learn how to play better baseball by watching the pros. The lesson is costly. Their parents plunked down $70 for them to go.
I'll tell you, Penny is our biggest kid. She's found a lot of Yankee players and their wives and their kids. She's down on the field right now. Let's go to her. Penny, what's up?
John, all I can tell you is that, you know, the old tomahawk chop, well, it's kind of going like this. all of these fans just went from yeah to let's go home, let's get out of here. Yes, sirree, John and Rosanna, we have tied it up 2-2. I predicted it. What a night it's been. You never know who you're going to run into in the good old Peachtree State. Now, why do I think I know you two?
Because you've probably seen us before.
Now, where have I seen you? I'm playing this game here.
At the baseball field.
And I have a feeling you're a player.
You got that?
No, I'm getting good. You know, Penny Crone is born-bred Yankee fan since she was 2. And tell me who you are.
Jim Leyritz.
Our mission today was to find real Yankees, and it wasn't easy.
This is the home of the Braves. Can I hear it? This is the home of the...
Now, come on, get a grip. Look who's sitting in your restaurant. It's Yankee Louis Soho and his wife, Dad and brother. Go Yankees, go! And don't think they're the only Yankee fans in this joint. We found plenty of them.
I'm from New Jersey, and I live in Atlanta, but I'm rooting for the Yankees.
Well, I'm from New York, and I live in New York, and guess what? I'm rooting for the Yankees. And incidentally, I got a scoop today because Jim Leyritz, the catcher, got the tying run when he hit that homer, 3 in, 6-6. How about that, John and Rosanna? And by the way, tomorrow, I'm going out and I'm going to bring you some more Yankees on their off time.
All right, listen, Penny, I happen to think you're the best thing that ever happened to the Yankees. The fact that you bumped into Leyritz is probably why he did that. It's probably why they won.
And Soho. I also ran into Soho.
You're going to become their official good luck charm.
Yankee mascot. No more of this chop stuff.
All right, thanks, Penny. See you later. Rosanna.
All right, John. Well, a big bust in the garment district over some phony Yankee caps. Cops say this is where the caps were sold, a wholesale shop on West 29th Street. Police on routine patrol noticed the hats being loaded onto a truck before dawn this morning. After they stopped to investigate, cops arrested 5 people and confiscated $100,000 worth of phony caps. And speaking of phonies, there's a guy who swears he got in to see the first 2 games of the series without tickets, all downright illegal. In fact, he's telling us about it now and promises to try to do it again. Anita Padilla reports.
For days, we've been telling you just how hard it is to get your hands on a red-hot ticket to see the World Series at Yankee Stadium. Imagine the lengths fans went through. They camped out, stood in smelly lines, and shelled out lots of cash for these bad boys. Well, meet one fan who says he walked through this gate for free.
Just being clever, and you can pretty much get any place you want if you just act the part and know what you're doing.
He says he saw games 1 and 2, and he paid nothing, nada, zippo, all because he was wearing a security guard uniform. Stadium workers thought Robert worked for one of a dozen companies subcontracted by the Yankees.
It's not that our pseudo-security guard didn't want to pay for his ticket. In fact, he showed up at Game 1 with lots of cash in his pocket.
Even with $300, Robert couldn't find a scalper, so he paid a passerby $50 for this guard uniform. Robert doesn't want you to see his face, and he says he's going to try it again for Game 6. In fact, his doorman says Robert's crazy to open his mouth.
Can't believe he's telling you this. I mean, if everybody sees this, there's going to be more guards at Yankee Stadium than fans.
Well, for those about to try this scam, you better think twice. Not only is it unfair to the fans who did wait in line, but it's also illegal.
What would be in the classification of a misdemeanor? Could be $500 fine or a year in jail.
Yikes, that's steep, all right. And if he's caught, Robert won't even get to watch the game on Fox, because there's no TV in a jail cell. Anita Padilla, Fox News.
And Mayor Giuliani is promising to get tough on rowdy fans who jump onto the field at Yankee Stadium. He says these hooligans are dangerous to both the players and security guards.
Some of these people who run on the field are very large, very fat actually, is the way I would describe it, out of control, looking terribly drunk.
At least a dozen people bolted onto the field in games 1 and 2. They just got a slap on the wrist. But the mayor says when the series returns to New York, and they will, any future fence jumpers will be charged with criminal trespassing. Punishment is 3 months in jail and a $500 fine.
All right, Tommy's here now with sports. Tommy John just about nailed it on your show just before the game.
On the pregame show before the game, Tommy John said 8 to 7, and they'll use 6 or 7 pitchers. Boy, was he right on the money.
He knew what he was talking about.
I'll tell you, John, what a great comeback by the New York Yankees tonight. They were trailing the Braves by 6 in the 6th, and came all the way from behind to win and tie that series at 2 games apiece, so it'll come back to New York. And it was the greatest comeback in the series in 40 years. Kenny Rogers got the start and was out of the game by the 3rd inning. Rogers gave up 5 runs. The first, a home run to center by Fred McGriff in the second. And the Braves led by 4 after just 2 innings of play. The Yankees came back in the 6th, and the breaks went their way. Derek Jeter's pop fly could have been caught, but watch Jermaine Dye bump into the umpire, didn't make the catch, and Jeter later singled. So Cecil Fielder got the Yankees on the board with a single. Jermaine Dye misplayed it. 2 runs scored, and the Yankees were back in business, trailing by 6-2. In the 8th, the scoreboard read Atlanta 6, New York 3, 2 on. Jimmy Leyritz up against their best relief pitcher, Wohlers. Going, gone. 3-run homer, and we're tied at 6 after 8. So we go to the 10th inning. Wade Boggs comes up, bases loaded. He draws a walk. The winning run scores, and the Yankees got an insurance run when Charlie Hayes hit a soft pop to first. Ryan Klesko dropped it. So it was 8-6, Yanks in front by 2. Braves had last chance, man on, John Wetland pitching, Terry Pendleton hit one to left. Tim Raines says, I got it. Stumbles but holds on to the ball, and the Yankees win it 8-6. And Kurt Menefee saw it all down in Atlanta. And Kurt, I've only got one word. Wow.
I knew that was going to be your word, Tommy. I tell you one thing, you can thank Darryl Strawberry for Jim Leyritz's home run. Why, you ask? Well, Straw loaned Jim Leyritz's bat. So that was Darryl Strawberry's bat that Jim Leyritz hit the home run with, not his own. Whoever's bat it is, it doesn't matter. Jim Leyritz just continues his dramatic postseason run. I mean, you go back to last year, he had the big home run in Game 2 of that series against Seattle. He had the big home run against Baltimore in the second round, the ALCS as it's called now. And he also has a huge World Series home run. But to him, home runs don't really matter. For him, it's just another big win.
Well, I hit the one last year. We didn't win the whole thing. That's what I hope this year. I hope I hit one. I hit it, and now I hope we win the whole thing.
Well, the Yankees obviously on their way to trying to win the whole thing, tying the series up at 2 games apiece as they get ready to play Game 5 on tomorrow. Now, the key is they won tonight, they win again tomorrow, they take it back to New York. They won tonight, they lose tomorrow, they still get to go back to New York. So that's a good thing for them, although it may not be. When you look at it statistically, they're only 2-4 at Yankee Stadium and a perfect 7-0 on the road. But, hey, a win's a win in the World Series.
This is a tremendous road team. And we've been able to stay focused and really play well on the road. I think that the Cleveland series, when we won 4 there, really put us over the hump and started things going.
Gosh, we get a couple big hits, and then Jimmy's blow, and then then I think everybody really felt like it was our game to win.
To think that Leyritz come up and hit a 3-run homer off Wohlers, put us back in it, and then a lot of great things happened for us tonight, and we got to enjoy it tonight and go out there and try to get another one tomorrow.
We've just seemed to turn it up a notch on the road, and I'm not sure why. We should be more comfortable on our home ballpark, but it hasn't appeared that way. I can't really give you a reason.
As long as we're still playing out there, we still have hope, and that's what kept us alive.
Well, the Yankees put on the best drama in Atlanta since Gone with the Wind, I guess. They're turning out the lights on us, but you know what that means? That means that people in Atlanta are disappointed. Maybe I should get closer. Can you see me? Does that help? All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. Pre-game show once again, 7:30. We'll talk to you then.
All right, Kurt, we'll send cash and a flashlight for tomorrow night show.
All right,
Thank you, buddy.